goal kicker, Taylor Walker, with a welcome off. Here's Roselli. Roselli kicks the goal.
Handball to the excitement machine, McLeod. Left foot goal.
Oh, don't tell me.
He's a superstar.
Don't tell me. Oh! He's yet to kick an AFL goal. Oh, the velvet curtain.
Walker, oh, he's a colossus. He's kicked 5. He's been a handful. He's been the difference.
To cover himself in glory.
Just coming back.
And got there.
Much extra.
Welcome to the Proper Crows podcast. Thank you very much for joining us, whether you're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, wherever you may be joining us and tuning in. Thank you for your ongoing support as always. Today's going to be a pretty quick episode. We're just going to run through the draft selections from last week, have a bit of a look at the list, go through the fixture which came out a couple of weeks ago as well. Not just myself here, joined by Dill. Dill, mate, how are you?
Good, mate, good. Keen to get into it. It feels like the season is, coming up on us pretty quickly now. Now that we've had the draft, the trade period, we've, made a few changes to the list. So I'm getting excited for the season already, and we're quite a while away still, but no, I'm keen to get into it.
Yeah, 100%, mate. So we'll jump straight into the draft. We were all pretty confident that this was going to happen, that we picked up Mitch Marsh at pick number 22, of course, son of 98 Premiership player Ben Marsh, 191 centimetre forward, extremely athletic prospect. You, Christian, and Dom went through all the picks last week, and we were pretty confident he was coming to the Crows, and it turned out that way.
Yep, good. Probably one of the safest picks going around. You sort of knew it was going to happen when he slid through to us. But no, it's I think it's a good pick, as we sort of spoke about in the last pod. Athletic, 191 centimetres, might have a little bit of growth left in him because he's only a young 18-year-old. So I think we might see him pretty early up on a wing if Dan Curtin moves into the middle. But no, I think it was a great little pick there.
Yeah, 100%. And obviously local talent, so there's no sort of go-home factor for other people. He was a Crows fan. I don't know if you picked up in the photos on the next day, he was actually wearing his own kit that wasn't supplied by the club because it had the old logo on it. So he pulled out his own Guernsey for the photos, which was pretty cool.
Yeah, good.
But, it's a good pickup. He's a very solid pickup, and a lot of people saying maybe a Tex replacement into the future, and he's got that sort of build where he is a lot more mobile than your average key forward. He's a little bit shorter as well than, a key forward, but a very good pickup there for the forward line. I think he'll be a valuable asset to the future and for a long time, hopefully.
Yeah, no, 100%. And yeah, look, I think it is like the perfect Tex replacement. The way that he's able to move through the ground and sort of up the ground a little bit, as we've seen Tex do in his earlier years before he sort of did his knee, he was sort of moving up and playing that connector role from time to time. So he even said that he can play a little bit of half back. So it'll be interesting to see where they sort of move him around. But no, if he is to play this season, I think he'll play a little bit higher forward, push onto a wing and sort of be that distributor. And it's perfect for him to learn off, Tex in his last year and Phil Thorpe and Darcy Fogarty. It's going to be a good little learning curve for him. So yeah, I'm excited to sort of see this kid play some footy for us.
Yeah, absolutely. And well, he wasn't the only tall forward that we picked up in the draft. To the surprise and anger to some, you yourself crashed out a little bit when we picked up Archie Ludowick, 197 centimetre key forward out of Sandringham Dragons, I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
Aaron Cadman type build, very athletic, can run around as well. So clearly looking to, bolster the forward line stocks, which, when you had people like Ollie Greaves and, he slipped through the whole draft. So I'm not saying that we had a miss or anything. There was obviously something awry with him, but, a big need for us going into this draft with midfielders, and we didn't really, touch on that. But looking forward to Archie. He's, by all reports, a bit of a slider into the draft, and we've done well to get him at 50.
Yeah, it was good. He was sort of put around that about 25 to 30 bracket. Even some had him as high as 15, 20 in some of the mock drafts I saw around. And at the start of the year, he was sort of rated around that top 10, but then he did his PCL, so he missed a little bit of footy there. But he just he looks like a cracking kid. How good this interview, him saying he was he was upstairs in his room crying because he didn't think anyone was going to pick him up, and he just said that lit some hunger in him already, just lit a fire just to prove people wrong. And he said he wants to come here as well, which is nice. I quite like the kid. Showed a little bit of emotion, which is nice, and hopefully he can get fit and play some good footy. He's going to be sort of in the SANFL, obviously, for a little bit at 197 centimeters, a bit of a fucking Langley string bean kind of bloke at the moment, but. Yeah, it did surprise me a little bit. I did have a little bit of a crash out on Twitter and in the group chat, so I did sort of lose my shit a little bit. But looking back at it, I think it's a good pick. We did say that we're going to go best available, in the night of, and we have that sort of player slip through. Then obviously you're going to take him. I was a little bit frustrated that we didn't take Greaves, but from all reports. There's something a little bit of miss there. I've been seeing a little bit that he was actually quite ill. Back end of the season, he was still kicking 4 goals too and having 35 in grand finals and prelims. But apparently he's lost a bit of weight and maybe a bit of an attitude problem and a bit of sickness. So all the best to him. Good that he got through to Hawthorn, but we're not a proper Hawthorn podcast. But look, I wouldn't have minded like a Matt Leray either. A big 188 centimetre. He's a local boy as well, but he's off to fucking Hawthorn as well with his best mate Aiden Schubert. So, look, it's different. We've got a lot of key forwards there now. We've got a lot of them there, but you can never have too many big men laying around because they don't grow on trees.
Yeah, no, absolutely, and I think we did lose a bit in terms of delistings. Obviously, you got rid of Burgess, you got rid of Strawn. Mm-hmm. Tyler Welsh hasn't really made leaps and bounds to go towards the league side yet, so you need a bit of that depth, and you've got 2 kids coming through who are looking like pretty good prospects into the future. Mm-hmm. Just on the aspect of recruiting mainly forwards, just shout out to @Jadelaide for posting a bit from Justin Reed's press conference. He said that we were focused on forward lines and it was really a best talent sort of thing. So he said. Not exactly a strategy that you went into, but from a pure draft perspective, we could not pick Archie at number 50. Sorry, we could not pick Archie at 50 with him sitting on the board. He's a real talent and will take some time. With Mitch, there's some versatility to play other positions as well. And Indy Cotton, we're not too sure what that looks like just yet. Certainly some depth ahead of the ball height-wise, which is a little bit deliberate when you've got Tasmania coming in the next few years as well, and Tech's getting a bit older. So. Bit of strategy behind it, preparing for Tassie. They obviously need to go and build a forward line, and they're going to be in the key position to just, take whoever the hell they want, really, with their draft. So, bit of thought behind it, and midfielders are probably a little bit more common to get than your big key forwards. So,
yeah, and I think sort of it frees up, like even though they are the big key forwards, but recruiting a Mitch Marsh, and Callum Archie, who we'll touch on in a moment, it does free up the Rankin and the Rochellis. A Dan Curtin a little bit. It frees them up to move through the middle, and we've been screaming out for Rankin to play, a little bit more midfielder. We saw it last season how good he was doing down there. We've been screaming for a Rash to play a little bit more midfield. This allows it. We've been screaming for a Dan Curtin to go into the fucking midfield, and this allows it to happen. And it was just like I was, as I said, I was frustrated. I sort of crashed out, but a little bit of perspective sort of put into it like that. Best available, frees some players up, and I think it was the right call, especially with Tasmania coming in because they're going to pick up whoever the fuck they want. Yeah, they got a plethora of picks. We've already seen it. They have to trade away like 3 of their top 10s, and people they're just going to go hard, and it's going to be a nightmare. And you don't want to be looking for a big key forward when they're just going to be taking this, that, and everyone.
Yeah. No, absolutely. And Reid further went on to say, so this is more a point about just not strengthening the midfield as a whole, and there has been a lot of criticism online from the Twitter selection panel, of course, but he said sometimes the cards just fall that way and you have to play with what's in front of you. Unless it was an elite player that could move the needle, we need to continue to develop the midfield we've got. Saligo, Rankin played more midfield this year, and Rochelli was going to before he got injured. Then you throw in Sid Draper and Dan Curtin, and we still need to expose some opportunity for Zach Taylor and Billy Dowling. Not 100% sure about the last two. I don't know if they're going to be ones that move the needle in there, but the names mentioned beforehand, people look at our finals and look how we got exposed. Well, you got a Rankin to come back into that. You got a Rochelli who only played a quarter as the sub to come back into that. That frees up other spots. You can, like you said a moment ago, chuck Dan Curtin in there. You can chuck a whole bunch of people in there. So I don't think it's panic stations. I think obviously we were very disappointed with the finals performances, and we got shown up in the finals, but with what we have, there's enough tweaks to that you can probably go, okay, we should be all right.
Yeah, 100%. I just think we need to. It's crazy. It sounds like it's Brendan's back in the Sando days, but organic growth. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Like we've got Dan Curtin, who's how tall is he? 198.
8, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know, he's nearly got a fucking 2 meter tall giant. He's going to be running through a midfield soon.
Yeah.
You know, we've got a Sid Draper who he hasn't showed much. I know. There's going to be someone that's going to fucking be on my ass for saying this. But just give him the time. Give him the time of day. 12 months ago, we were talking shit about Dan Curtin. Look what he's done.
Yeah.
So I am a little bit concerned about Sid. I'm not saying he's this, that, and everything, but you know, he's picked 4 for a reason in a very talented draft. He'll come along. He'll come along. He'll be fine. You know, chuck a Rush in there, chuck a Saligo in there, chuck a Ranked in there. You've got kids coming through. And I'm not concerned. It would have been nice to get a Dyson Sharp, which we tried, and we couldn't have done anything more. Like we genuinely could not have done anything more. You throw 2 first rounders, and if they don't blink, then fucking what do you do?
It is what it is.
It is what it is. Like there's no fault in the club there. They went aggressive. You know, I've seen some people saying put a future second in there, but really, and then in 3 years' time, if he does his knee, he's going to be the same people that are complaining that we fucking threw too much at him.
Yep.
You know, a pick 20 and probably a pick 14 or 15 next season for pick 13 is just, it's nuts. It's crazy. If Essendon don't blink at that, then fair play to them, because they must rate this kid, and we rate this kid very highly, as we spoke about the other week, and we've spoken about for weeks on end. This kid is a ball, and he's going to be a star at AFL level. So
yeah,
it hurts a little bit not to get him. Would have been nice to see him running around in Crows colours, but it is what it is. In 3 years, he'll come home anyway. It's fine.
Yeah, we'll bank on that.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you said, we tried. They threw an offer at him that was a very, very good offer, and probably overs, you could even argue at the same time. But yeah, didn't blink at it. Can't do much more than that, and you move on, and you still get a really good pick at Mitch Marsh. So it is what it is. You take what you're given and just sort of move forward from that.
Yep.
Next up, Friday afternoon, we had the pre-season draft, and after about a 2.5 month journey, we finally landed Cal Archie with the one and only pick in the pre-season draft. I'm pretty sure it was. So.
Yep.
Good to get Cal at the club. Obviously, 2-time premiership player, great forward craft, and probably frees up, your Rankins, your Rochellis again to push up higher through the ground. Just class, really. It's a great pickup, and it's a credit to Justin Reid and Hamish Ogilvie that we can get a player of that calibre to the club for free. I mean, we did try to negotiate a deal, and Brisbane didn't want to take it, and for some reason they think they've won this deal, and yeah, it's a bit confusing if you read some of the Twitter conversations between their fans, but we get a 2-time premiership player for free, and yeah, is what it is.
Yeah, you can't complain about it, really. I know I tried to sort of have a bit of a back and forth with one of them the other day, and they just said, we'll cry into our premiership cups, and I stopped replying to them because you can't fucking go anything. It's a fair reply. It beats anything.
Yeah,
it's like
100%.
But I just don't, I don't understand the reasoning, and it's hilarious as well seeing all the West Coast fans and the Port fans. We're going to take him. We're going to take him. We're going to take him. Fuck off. Yeah. Fuck off. No ball knowledge. No ball knowledge. Where's that moron that's fucking on that Perth radio channel, dude? Dickhead.
Is it Tim Gossage?
I don't fucking know. It wasn't Tim Gossage. It was another one. I'll have to find it. But he was saying, we'll take him. Piss off. Yeah. Piss off. It's the same as Jepper. I don't know if you follow him on Twitter as well. He's another West Coast. He's another nuffy as well. Great fantasy footballer, but his football takes they're not good. They're not good.
Yeah, you can say that again. Is he the one who always posts the random highlights of the umpires? Nah, that might be a different one.
No.
That's another Eagles fan, but...
Nah, it's Jepper DT, I think his handle is. You would have seen him pop up here and there. He's just I respect it. He's a one-eyed Eagles fan, but they're not good takes.
Yeah. Nah, it's... it's an interesting time on social media. But yeah, welcome Kawachi. That's a big pickup for the club. I'm really looking forward to seeing him getting up and going next year into the season. Very exciting to have him in. We'll jump on to some listener feedback at the moment, and if you're listening and want to keep up with our socials, at propercrowspod on all the main social medias. Some exciting stuff coming soon with our proper countdown, which we'll talk a little bit about later on. Start off here is Nathan Story, good mate of ours, says, my prediction is that Indy Cotton will be better than all of the aforementioned. So I put up a trade and draft wrap, which had Mitch, Archie, Ludowick, and Finbar Maley. Sto's a big fan of Indy Cotton, and I don't hate the call.
Oh yeah, look, but at the same time, we know nothing about him. We know absolutely nothing about him. We haven't seen this kid play football. We've got no clue. But the way that they speak about this kid is they got very high raps for him, and from all reports, as we've seen, he would have gone top 10 in this draft if he actually continued to play football. So and we got him for fuck all, and we got him for nothing. So another good one for the club. Another 195 centimeter athletic unicorn. It'll be interesting to see how he goes. If he can play some footy for us, it'll be great. And I'll tell you what, he'll be a big reason why I'll be at round 1 of Sandville this year to see, what this kid can actually do.
Yeah, 100%. That's a good shout, actually. May make the trip down there for wherever the hell we play in the SANFL round 1, because he'll be he's an exciting prospect. Very, very exciting prospect. Paul says, midfielders, question mark. I know we have to trust professional recruiters. Appreciate we were all in for Sharp and missed, but geez, I like the look of Ollie Greaves. If 192 centimetre, 90 kilogram Ollie plays 10 AFL games for the Hawks, I will be spewing. And then goes on to say the Crows will need more development from within. Rochelle, Taylor, Dowling, Draper must improve and either win the ball or be stronger without the ball when in the midfield. We have our season tickets. Go Crows. On your Paul. Over on Twitter, we have Bozza. Very prominent Crows figure on Twitter is Bozza, who said improved in every area and without offence took 2 players off the list. The coaches couldn't help picking. We still have one more list spot for an SPP, hopefully Hollands or Sloth Stevens Jr., which would, of course, be Mitch Stevens, son of Mark. So, interesting one there. It's a good shout. There is still one list spot there.
I wouldn't mind. We sort of highlighted this probably about 3 months ago, Elijah Hollands possibly coming to us. But if he can sort out his off-field bullshit, then I'll take it with open arms. Crows fan growing up. I wanted us to take him that year he got drafted, but obviously we didn't. He's had an ACL as a youngster, but this kid can play football. He can play football. If he gets his shit sorted, he'll be a good pickup. But I wouldn't mind either what's his fucking name? Hibbins Hargraves. Who went undrafted as well. I've seen a little bit of talk that maybe he could be coming on as a train on, but makes it a little bit hard. 18 undrafted to make him fly over here for a couple of weeks, and if he doesn't get it, just to tell him to fuck off again. That would that wouldn't do the kid too much good. But no, I do reckon it will probably be Mitch Stevens and someone else who's been delisted maybe. I don't think it will be Elijah Hollands. I really, really doubt it. But we'll see. I wouldn't mind picking up a Mitch Stevens and he can be that last rookie list spot. Play some sample footy. If he develops, he develops. If not, it's a free hit. Who cares?
Yeah. 100%. And would be an interesting forward line with, of course, Mitch Stevens and Tyler Walsh running around. Throwback to mid 2000s with Scott and Mark running around and running the forward line. That would be a pretty cool moment.
Yep, that would be, and we just hope to God that Mitch has got a little bit of a better work ethic than Tyler. I'll tell you what, if I was Tyler Welsh, I'd have been packing my bags and not rocking up Monday after seeing that draft. In the most respectful way possible. I wouldn't even bother showing up Monday.
Yeah, he got a bit to do. Do to prove himself.
Yeah.
Over to Instagram, our good friend Zach says A+ draft from the club. Couldn't be happier. He was pretty happy without not picking up the midfielders. and I cannot pronounce that, says, honestly, it was a really good set of moves by the club. Set up the forward line to be ready with future talent, especially with the looming reality that Tex is going to be retiring in the near future. Not to mention getting a player like Archie is just going to strengthen our side so much. Excited for 2026. Let me just see if I can pronounce that. Your name is Connor. I cannot pronounce your but your name is Connor. Thank you very much for the comment. And yeah, it sums it up. Everyone's relatively happy, I think, with what we've picked up. Like, we wanted more midfielders, of course, but like we've said, shit happens. Sometimes it just doesn't work out. So, left with a pretty good deck of cards here and hopefully a good launching pad into 2026 for the club as well. Now, on to the fixture, which came out a couple of weeks ago as well, and that's between our last recordings. So, a pretty exciting first 15 rounds for us. 8 primetime Thursday night / Friday night games. Now, I personally love the Thursday night, Friday night deal. I know there's a few of our friends who don't hold the same opinion. What are your thoughts on the big Thursday night, Friday night?
Friday nights, big fan of. I love Friday night footy. Thursday nights at home, I'm not a massive fan of. I think me and Dom had this conversation in a pod mid-season. Thursday nights are great to get home, plant your ass on the couch, and watch, and watch like a Bulldogs Fremantle or something like that. I don't think Fremantle, that's a bad example. Fremantle don't play Thursday night footy, but like a Bulldogs North or a Bulldogs Carlton, just to watch two bum ass teams play football while you're sitting at home. Great, I love it. But going on a Thursday night, it's not for me. It's not for me. Now, I love it, like I get there and all that sort of stuff, and I have fun, I love watching the footy. But Thursday nights, it's just having to get back up for work on the Friday is just not great. It's hard, especially if you fucking lose.
Yeah.
Oh, whatever. It is what it is. Like I'm keen that we're getting put in the big, in the prime time big spots. Awesome, sick, great, love it for the club. Good revenue, all that sort of stuff. Eyes on us, but at the same time, I don't like it. I don't like going on a Thursday night. Yeah, I'm hitting unk status, man. I'm hitting unk status.
Got to complain about the youngsters on the hill not watching the footy, socialising. That's coming up next.
Oh, I love that we've hit that point, sitting there whinging about youngsters on the hill. But I got my Western Stand unreserved membership this year, so I can fuck off into the members if I need to at any point this year, and it will be used at some point, I'll tell you that much. Those Sunday Arvo games against Richmond, you're not going to see me on the hill, brother.
Nah, absolutely. So, kicking off the season is an interesting one, and it's very unlike the AFL to not milk the money and the hype around this one. We kick it off against Collingwood on a Saturday night at the MCG. The scene does not get much bigger than that.
Yeah.
Of course, no Isaac Rankin, which is what I was referring to the AFL, interestingly, avoiding his return. But yeah, big game. We're already planning away trips in the group chat for this one. It's going to be an absolutely huge game.
Yeah.
Saturday night at the G. It doesn't get much better than that. 80,000.
Yeah. No. Flights already booked. Fly in Friday, leave Sunday. Bit of Friday night footy. At the G for Essendon Hawthorn. Then Giants Bulldogs on a Saturday afternoon, and then the big one at the G Saturday night. Probably be 85,000 people, I reckon.
Yeah,
it's going to be an absolute rip snorter. I don't mind the decision to put it round one and avoid the whole Rankin drama.
Yeah.
I think it's probably the last situation the AFL wanted. It's been very strategically booked, I think, for round one. I would have loved to see Isaac play, but over at the G, Isaac playing, that only ends one way. It only ends one way, and it ends not. It won't paint a pretty picture. I don't think so. It's got to be bad enough. It's got to be bad enough. Especially if we lose, I just don't even want to fucking think about losing already. But because you just know what's going to happen. Quain is going to get the ball, and you got to hear even there, because there'll probably be 20,000 people there, 20,000 Crows fans, and they're going to be boos. There's going to be boos like there was last time. Wasn't a great scene, but you know what's going to happen, and then the cheers are going to go up, and it's going to get feral. It is going to get feral, I think. But it's a massive game, massive scene. I'm very, very excited already. 4 months out. So weekend before my birthday, it's gonna be a fucking rips and order, Benny.
100%, mate. I'm already very excited. 3 months, 19 days, and 3 hours according to the AFL app. So
Yeah.
getting it rolling. Home opener the week after against the Dogs on a Friday night. I don't mind that for a home opener.
That's going to be a ripper as well. I've already got a few bookmarks from Perp Juice sitting there.
Yeah.
The big old moronic fucking Bulldogs Twitter account. There'll be a few receipts pulled, I'll tell you that much. And I've got a few others as well that have been sitting in the bookmarks for a while. So that's going to be a ripper. Very, very excited for that one. When I saw that, it's an odd fixture. You know, Bulldogs on a Friday night. Got real 2010 vibes to it. I hope they wear that. I hope they wear that white strip that they've got. The white, blue, and red. If they wear that, we'll be so back. We will be so back if they wear that strip.
Peak football, right there. Running through the rest, it's a tough start to the year. We go to Geelong after that, so you can just book in the yearly loss at Geelong.
Mm-hmm.
Freo at home after that on another Friday night game, so we start the year off with 2 Fridays at home.
Mm-hmm.
That's a pretty good one, and I'd back us in to win that at home.
Yep.
Gather round against the Blues. Pretty happy with that fixture as well. Obviously a Thursday night opening gather round there. Then we move on to the Saints on a Saturday night, which is an interesting one. Another similar to the Bulldogs type Saturday night.
Yeah,
Saints
that's gonna be an old game. I'm a Saints member this year. The ex partner signed me up as a Saints member, so thank you, Nazai Wanganeen-Millia. You got me a $7 membership. So I get texts fucking every couple of weeks from the Saints. What the fuck is going on? And then I remember that she signed me up. So hope we win that for a little bit more of a personal gain now.
Yep. 100%. My ex, my one and only ex, is also a St Kilda supporter, so we'll ride that one out. Proper hate watch.
Yep.
After that, we go to Brisbane to play the Lions at the Gabba on a Sunday afternoon. Into the showdown against Port on a Friday night. So 3 of our first 5-6 home games are on a Friday night. Not a standalone showdown as everyone was hoping for. We get to be paired up with, who was it? It's a dog shit game. It is the Dogs and Fremantle at Marvel Stadium as a double header, but it's not a double header because the games will overlap. So,
they should what they should do, like, for these Friday night games. Like, if they want to do a double header on a Friday night, I don't mind it, but play it in Perth 7:30 local time, so it starts at 9:30.
Yeah.
Like, they did that one time. I think it was last year. Like, it was an 8:45 start or a 9 o'clock start, and it was fucking great.
Yeah.
It was awesome to watch one game, flick over, you know, when the game had finished. They were only halfway through the first quarter. It finished at just before midnight. Awesome.
Yeah.
Stick. Great. So much. It was great. It was good. I don't know why they don't do it more often. I know it's all Vic-centric, you know, all the broadcasting rights and all that sort of stuff. But they do it over in America, you know, with their Pacific times and their West and their East times. You know, they start ball games at 10 o'clock at night over there.
Yeah, we're going through, you know, you got an East Coast team playing on the West Coast and you're playing until like 1 a.m. in the morning and no one bats an eyelid.
And it works. You know, like the eyes that you could get on, you know, and you need more eyes, I feel like, on a Fremantle and a West Coast. I feel like they suffer a little bit in the shit time slots. Mm-hmm. You know, on a Sunday Arvo, they get the grave slot quite often.
Yeah.
So I think the AFL needs to do a little bit better of a job fixturing, but you can tell they've got AI to do it yet again.
Yeah, it's shit. Yeah.
It's fucking awful.
Yeah. We'll go up to round 15 here just so because we know the dates and the times of that. So after that, we travel to the MCG to go and play Richmond Sunday afternoon, North Melbourne at home on a Saturday afternoon. That's the only appropriate time I want to see us in Saturday afternoon when we're playing a dog shit team like that. I'll accept that.
Yes, 100%. I love a good 4:15 game.
Yeah. Yep.
Is it 4:15 or 1:15?
12:45.
Oh, that's an awful one. That's disgusting.
Not great.
Yeah, I'm not keen on.
Suits North Melbourne.
Yeah, there'll be 35,000 people there because all the fucking local footy will be on. So.
Yep. 100%.
But North Melbourne might be a little bit of a better team this year. I don't know. We'll see. They sort of interest me. They got a couple of good pickups there with Doveston.
Yeah.
And we'll see. I don't know. I'm starting to come around. I'm still hate watching them, but I'm starting to come around a little bit to them. I don't know why, but they're building a team of likable young men.
Yeah.
Like they're building a very likable team. I still can't stand the club itself. I feel awful for the supporters, but I don't know. I don't know, Benny. There's something about them this year that they might finish 14th, 13th, and even possibly put to a wild card slot. I don't know. I didn't say it. I don't make the rules.
I'm not going to quote you on that. So I agree. I've been on them for the last couple of years to make improvements, and last year they took a little step up early and sort of just, went to shit after like round 10. But they're building. They're building very slowly, but they're building. After we play North, we go to Tasmania on a Thursday night because that was so good last year in the middle of winter in the wet, sloppy conditions against Hawthorn. Back home on a 7-day break, a Thursday night against Geelong. Another
Yuck.
7-day break into another Thursday night game at Marvel against the Bulldogs.
I'll be there for that, I think. I marked that on my away trip calendar.
Yeah. And then after that, and we'll close it out for the games that we go through, a Saturday afternoon 12:45 game against Melbourne. So, yeah, few
I
interesting ones
saw
there.
Melbourne got eight Sunday games. 8
Yeah,
they got.
deserved. That's probably not enough. Sundays should
Oh,
be reserved for
shit.
Melbourne, North Melbourne, West Coast, Fremantle, St Kilda, that sort of team. To
I
be
know.
honest.
I don't mind. No, St Kilda. I think Nas has given them a big step up in terms of
Yeah,
prime
true.
time.
Yeah.
Still can't stand them, and I hope they lose every single game possible. But
There's a bit
I
about it.
think, yeah, look, I think Nas will put them into a little bit of a better fixture spot.
Yeah. Nah, 100%. Now, so double ups for the year. Obviously, we played Port twice. You've heard it there. We played Geelong twice. We play Collingwood twice. We play Richmond twice. The Dogs twice, and Fremantle twice. Now, for a team who finished top of the ladder, and that's, I know, not after finals, but that's how they base it. That's not too bad. Not too bad at all, really,
Yeah,
considering
no,
what
I
it could
rate
have
it.
been.
I think Collingwood are going to be massive sliders. So we'll say that's 2 wins. Richmond 2 wins. Bulldogs 2 wins.
Freo 2 wins.
Freo 1 win, 1 loss. Geelong
Yeah,
2 losses.
Port
I
2
think
wins.
I think I had something like 16-7.
Yeah,
I think I had us marked down for. So yeah, look, I think that I don't mind it. I think it's fine.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, I tend to agree. What else have we got? So as a whole, we've got 2 trips to the MCG. We read them out there, Collingwood and Richmond, so get them out the way early in the season. 2 trips to Perth in the run home, which isn't ideal. We play the Eagles and the Dockers in, I think, round 20 and 17 or something like that.
Yeah.
Obviously, GMHBA, UTAS and the Gabba. Not too bad. National competition. You wouldn't say Collingwood doing these sorts of trips, but, it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
I'm relatively happy with the fixture, to be honest. Could have been a lot worse from where we finished, I think. How about you?
Yeah, no, I was pretty, yeah, can't complain about it. I would have loved to see a little bit more Saturday twilight games.
Yeah.
But I've been a big, I'm a big fan of the Saturday twilights. Always
Yeah.
have been. There's been so many memorable wins in that Saturday twilight slot. I think the biggest ones of the Suns, that Suns win, that Geelong win,
Yep.
that Melbourne win. They're all in that period of sort of 18 months. All came in that fucking 4:15, 3:45 Saturday time slot. So the city just pumps after it, even
Yeah.
beforehand. You get to town at 2 o'clock, have some lunch, have a couple beers, go to the footy, go out after, you go to a pub and you take the piss. It's great. It's good.
Yep.
The AFL needs to give us more. This is a PCP request next season. All round 15
Please.
onwards. Saturday afternoon fixtures, please. Please. Just give me 2.
Yep.
Just give me 2. Give me a showdown one. The showdown one's fucking pump. Fuck the Saturday night games. Fuck the Friday night games. Give me a twilight showdown, for the love of God.
Nah, 100%. We know that Port Showdown is going to be a Saturday night, but it's Showdown 60 as well, by the way, so it is a big one.
Yeah. So
We know
it's
that
going to be this.
Saturday
Yeah. Fucking. Just give me Twilight for a stand, and that will be standalone as well. If you want a standalone fucking game, put it in the Twilight spot.
Yeah.
Simple. I'm so glad that we've moved on from those Sunday 4:40 showdowns. Thank the Lord that they stopped, because they were complete dog shit.
Yep.
You know, but you want standalone, give us a 4:15. All local footy's finished. People can go to the pub. People can get their eyes on the fucking game and roll it into a Saturday night. Please.
100%. I'll tell you what, I'll give you one which I reckon will get that time slot, just looking at the rest of the fixture. Adelaide versus Gold Coast, mid-July it is. Second or third week of July.
Yeah, or you might get the Sunday Arvo.
Nah, I don't reckon. Oh, well, depending on how we're going. Obviously, floating fixture kind of is based on how we're going. If both of us are going well and on the same track as last year, that'll be prime time.
Yeah, I've got Gold Coast going very well because they've been just kissed on the dick again.
Yeah.
But just quickly on that, I understand the academy system, I get it, but what a fucking rort it is. What a rort.
Yep.
You can trade out picks 7 and 8, get a bunch of bullshit picks at the end of the draft and to have 4 in the top 18.
Yeah.
Kidding me?
Yeah.
I just think it's ridiculous. I really think it's ridiculous. Like, when I saw Bo Adamsall bid pop up, I thought they won't take him. They've got enough points. And they take him. Cool. And then another one popped up and picked 35 the night after. What?
Yeah. Well, what did they get? They ended up bringing in 5 kids, I think. Because another one came through at about pick 40 or so as well. I think
it was like 6 of them. And they gave away pick 7 and 8 and fucking, I'm glad they're fixing it up next year or trying to fix it up next year, but, mate. And then it's just going to happen again next year with fucking Port, with Summerpeck and don't get me started on the Cochrane situation. Yep. Don't get me started on that fucking Cochrane situation. Like, he's NGA, but his brother isn't. Yeah, okay. All good.
Yeah.
No worries. All good. No worries. Yeah.
Nah, very interesting one, that. Anyway, on the fixture, feedback from most people on the socials was a lot of people unhappy about the Thursday night games, similar to you, mate. Country supporters obviously find it very challenging to get down and then back up in the same night, which is obviously a bit of a downside of living in the country because it's going to be a long trip no matter what time of the week it is. But
just quickly on that, it is. I feel for him. I feel awful for him, the country supporters. I know but at the same time, it's such a small majority. It would happen with every single team. It happened with every single team. I completely understand where they're coming from. They're whinging, but they're not going to cater to you guys. It's shit. It's awful. I saw someone say he has to take 2 annual leave days. He doesn't have to. You're choosing to, brother. You want us at the big stage. We can't always get the Sunday afternoon time slots.
Yeah.
It's rough for yous. I feel for yous. But, come on. We're in the big time. I hate the time slot as well. I do. But would you rather die in the fucking 12:40 Sunday time slot so all the 70, 80-year-olds can get down? No. I'm good.
Yeah.
We'll play Thursday night footy, thanks.
No, exactly. Well, if you look at it, you think about that, a Sunday afternoon game, yeah, okay, we always get good crowds, but you're not going to get, your 54,000. Thursday night, you've got the chance every week to pack it out.
Yeah.
Like, it's prime time. It's where people want to be. People coming home from work, people on the way in. It's just going to get packed out every time. So, we know the AFL is a money-driven business, and they're gonna look at that first and foremost. So, Now, lastly, just before we head off, mentioned earlier the proper countdown, which is something which is pretty exciting on our socials coming soon. So, from January 23rd, 50 days until the season, we're going to be launching the proper countdown, and we're going to be talking about every day, some of our favourite players, some of our favourite moments, favourite games, whatever it may be. So right up until that first game against Collingwood, we'll have videos every single day on all of our platforms for you to tune into. So if you're wanting to, hear us talk about, I don't know, Tim McIntyre or some random player at a random number, let us know. Let us know who you want to see on the countdown, and give us a follow at propercrowspod to stay in tune with that. I'm pretty excited to get that up and running.
Yeah, no, it should be good. I think we're going to see a few names that we haven't seen in a while pop up. I know that me and you were going through it before, and as you said, a Timmy McIntyre, we had an Andrew Eccles, a few boys that we haven't heard of for a very, very long time. And no, it'll be good fun, I think, to sort of have a look back and a few of the wins and a few players that we haven't heard of for quite a time, and just have a bit of a chat about them.
Yeah, Absolutely. Well, other than that, mate, I think that's just about it and summarises the draft and the fixture. If there anything else you wanted to chat about?
No, I think we've hit it on the head, and I think this 40 odd minute chat about footy has kind of cured the hangover a little bit. So I'm feeling a little bit better now. But keen to get into this proper countdown stuff and sort of ease into the Christmas period, and then after Christmas and New Year, footy will be back in no time after that.
Yep. 100%. Well, thank you everyone for listening. Stay tuned to the socials, as we said, at propercrowspod. Any news that comes up through the off season, we'll have it up there. Stay tuned for the proper countdown, as we said as well. And thanks very much for listening, and go Crow.
Go Crow.
Ring the bell! Ring the bell! The bell in the city of churches! Stand up like Matthew Nicks and rule like you never have before!
Jarman again, round the body. That'll do. Oh, that will do.